I had my problems with being Jewish because of the observance part, not with being Jewish. I never sat around and wondered, should I or shouldn't I be Jewish? I am Jewish. I always was Jewish, and I never doubted that. When a friend of mine who had converted to Catholicism once said to me, how can you say you're Jewish? You don't believe in God. I said, why are you asking me the question? Are you defining me? I define myself. You don't define me. That's not a question for you to ask me. That may be a question for me, but it really isn't for me a question, I didn't believe that being Jewish was something you picked up in FAO Schwartz, You either were or you weren't. And that was the world in which I lived when I was a kid. Also, I lived with a lot of anti-Semitism, so that being Jewish was not, like, do I shampoo my hair every other day, What are you talking about? I am Jewish. I mean, when I was in the Army, guys would talk about the United States, talk about the Jews had cushy jobs and so on. And my response was, they have cushy jobs because they're smart. And you'd have one if you were smart, but you're stupid. That was my response to anti-Semitism. So they would say, well, how come you're in the infantry, Hoffinger? I said, because I'm dumb like you. That was what Jewish, some of its manifestations were when I was younger. Because I lived in an anti-Semitic world. America, not the government, but America was an anti-Semitic place. Back in the 1930s and 40s, it was openly anti-Semitic. People, I grew up with Christ killer. My two close Italian friends called me a Christ killer between themselves, Mata Christ. I said somebody had to do it. So you could bow down to him. I said, I know. The Romans did it, but the Jews were handing them the nails and the hammers, right? So they said to me, well, you're crazy. I said, well, wouldn't you be if you killed God? So I grew up with that. And I wasn't the only one. I mean, in the Army, all the Jews grew up with that. So being Jewish was not, I never met a Jew that I had anything to do with who said, I wish I weren't Jewish. Never. We were Jewish.